Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.
I'm just jazzed about being on the show, man.
You are listening to The Objective Jerk, where objectiveness is the objective, and I am said jerk. That 70's show. You guys watched it? You guys seen it? Some of you may have grew up watching it. I kind of watched it a little later. I mean, I used to catch episodes, and I liked it. I thought it was funny. But I didn't. By the time it came on, I was just kind of older, doing some stuff, and I, didn't really watch it. Like, I grew up I went through a period where I watched Friends, every Thursday and stuff like that, but I got more acquainted with the 70's show on Netflix when they had it on Netflix and stuff, so I watched everything. And it's funny, it's like a comfort food, it's just a comfort show. It's just, I don't know. It's like you're hanging out with them or something. I don't know. But, so Netflix released that 90's show. And I remember they did that 80's show too, with different characters completely, if I remember right. Sorry, I have a cold, so I'm not going to maybe I'll sound sexier, but actually I'm going to blow my nose. Hold on. Gotta take some vitamin C. Anyway, so I'm trying to talk closer to the mic, a little quieter to help keep the echo, because I do listen to my episodes, which I'm finding them to be exhilarating. Is that gross to hear me drinking coffee? Anyway, if you'd like to email me, please do it at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com, or you can message me on any social media, and you can subscribe and email and do various things on the website. So let me know. Anyway, so I remember they did like that 80's show, and it didn't do good. I think it was just like one season or something. Because I think they kind of went a little too extreme. Like they took like every kind of cliche thing about the 80's, and that was like the characters. And you had like the punk person and whatever. But anyway, so I saw, on Netflix that they're having that 90's show, and it has, the original Foreman parents as grandparents, obviously. So, just from the little, I guess, advertisement, like I didn't see like a clip of the show. I just saw like a picture, and so it showed them, and just that, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. You know what I mean? Because I relate to the dad more now than I did when I used to watch the show, So I had the parents in there, and I saw the kids, so I assumed that, it was grandkids or whatever. So basically I already kind of can get the idea of what the show's about. However, I was very skeptical. I was very prejudiced, because I really thought they were going to go like full on woke and ruin it like they ruined everything else on Netflix. He-Man, or Masters of the Universe. Shit like that. Or the Chainsaw Massacre. I couldn't even fucking watch that. I couldn't get through it because the fucking characters were so annoying. It's like, dude, you don't have to go full board, woke, gay, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus. It's like I think I said it before, I wanted the fucking chainsaw guy to get everybody. Fucking kill them teenagers. Cut them motherfuckers in half. But, anyway. So I was very skeptical about the show, because I was just like, man, they're gonna make, it's just gonna be woke, wokeness. a little bit of woke is okay, but when they just turn it on to 11, it's like, it's annoying. So, but I was willing to give it a shot. And, the first episode turns out it's Eric and Donna's daughter, or they're visiting. So it's cool to see the original cast. Some of them show up. And so it's got it's got their daughter. And so she meets a friend who's like, a riot girl. And I was like, oh my God, here we go. They're going to be fucking lesbians. And it's like, Jesus, come on, and I kept thinking that probably like into the 5th episode, I was like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But they actually didn't. They had a gay character who's actually quite funny, and it's fine. It fits, and it's, it works. And I knew gay people when I was growing up. And so the thing is like, the show was, I think it was written, like a lot of people that were involved in the original were involved in this one. So they did a good job. It was realistic, you know what I mean? The characters and stuff reminded me, because I grew up in the 90s. So I was about the same age as these kids in the time frame. So these kids in the show are basically like, me. So I can kind of relate to that, which makes me feel incredibly fucking old, because then I sit there and think, fuck, this was 30 years ago, almost. And then I was looking at when the 70s show actually went off the air, and I was like, 2006. So that's almost been 20 years ago, It's like, Jesus. So I'm watching the show. It's not like super funny. I mean, it wasn't really anything that made me chuckle, I don't think. It was more nostalgia, and with the characters, with the original show, but also I think they did a good show representing the 90s. You know what I mean? Because like I said, with that 80s show, they just went like too much 80s, So this, they toned it down. It's in the 90s, but just like their outfits and various things are not, And it was just, I enjoyed seeing things that I remember, cordless phones and shit. I don't know. So it was actually pretty good. So if God, I'm talking loud. Trying not to talk loud. Maybe turn this down just a smidgen. But if you're kind of interested and you were worried about like I was, don't be. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not. I don't think I could watch it again. Well, I guess, maybe the first season of the 70s show wasn't as funny. It got better. So maybe if they do another season of this, it'll be better. They'll take what. So who knows? I'm willing to give it a shot. But at this point, I'd rather watch the 70s show. But, we'll see. It's pretty good. So, give it a chance. I did. And I'm like, I don't like giving anything a chance. What was the other thing I watched? I watched, it's the like murder thing with Edgar Allan Poe. And it has Christian Bale in it as a detective. And Edgar Allan Poe, like they say like he's the one that kind of created the detective story, detective novels, like whodunit, murder stuff. So I watched that, and I think it's worth watching. I don't think I'd watch it again, but that's kind of how I rate things when I watch it again. Maybe I'd watch it with somebody that hadn't seen it, because when you watch something with someone who hadn't seen it, it's almost kind of like watching it for the first time, sort of. But it was a little slow. Like the acting was good, and what is it called when it looks good? The cinematography looked good. Like it was, candle lit. Like it was fucking dark as hell. Like they go to a bar and everybody just got like a little candle light, and it's really fucking dark. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. That's probably how it was, Go to a bar drinking and nobody can see nobody. You just a room full of people drinking, but you have no idea who's over in the corner. You can't, oh my God, there's so and so. Nobody knows who's in the fucking bar because you can only see what's at your table, which is actually kind of a neat idea. You should do that again. Open up something like that, so people, dude, I went to the Drake the other night. Oh, really? When'd you go? Oh, it was Friday night. Oh, me too. Well, I was there at 9. So was I. Oh shit, I didn't see it. Well, no kidding, because there's no fucking light. Anyway, somebody do it. But anyway, so the movie was a little slow, and it was kind of like a little predictable. And I found myself kind of checking my phone a little bit here and there, but I watched it, and then once like the main story arc, I guess, was done, I was like, okay, it's kind of going and it's going. And I check how much time is left in the movie, and there was still like 20 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's done. It's over. How is there 20 fucking minutes left? Well, I found out. And the end made the whole movie better. Like the movie was okay until the last part, the last act, I guess you would say, or whatever. Then it was like, oh shit, okay. So that was pretty interesting. So what's the name of the movie though? Pale Blue Eye. Pale Blue Eyes. I think that's a poem that he wrote. The Pale Blue Eye. Yeah, I think that's it. The Pale Blue Eye. I guess I can look it up. I always do that. Oh, what's the name of that thing? When I'm sitting here in front of a fucking computer, I can look it up. I think that's what it's called. The Pale Blue Eye. So yeah, it was pretty good as well. But yeah, watching that 90's show just made me fucking feel old though. Like, I don't know. I just, I'm like, oh, okay. Like I said, it was nostalgia, and I'd kind of chuckle about certain things and laugh or whatever, and just kind of, like, even like shit that they wore, they did a good job with like the clothes they wore. Because I remember being like, fuck man, I kind of wore something like that. Or I remember those necklaces, guys would wear necklaces and shit. I don't know, my buddy of mine, he was more into that. So he would like talk me into getting like a necklace, and I would wear it for a little while. I remember I had one that was like a frog or something. But I was never much into accessories as a man. I wear a watch, and that's about it. Well, on my wedding ring. But this friend, my friend Brett, he liked accessories, and even like, well, this was a while ago now. Shit, this was 2007. Fuck, man, time goes by so goddamn fast. Anyway, we hung out in 2007, and we went to a mall, and it was just like being teenagers again. And he was like, "Oh, dude, check it out, man." And he's like looking at like some bracelets, like leather bracelets, and he's like, "You should get one." And I'm like, I ain't gonna wear that. He's like, "Dude, come on." I don't remember if he bought it for me or if I bought it, but I did get it. I still have it. I don't wear it. It's just not my thing. That's all. But anyway, so seeing the outfits and everything that they wear, it's pretty funny, and it's just kind of just like, oh man, I remember that. Seeing certain posters on the wall and just some stuff. So, and then there's plenty of what do you call it, cameos or whatever from the original 70s show that pop up. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so the thing, okay, that's what I wanted to say. So if you remember the 70s show, they always did the roundabout table thing, and where they're all like smoking weed and everything. And those got to be pretty funny. I remember. This one, it was not. It was kind of like, but I guess now that I think about it, they kind of, it's like when you first smoke weed, the dumbest things entertain you. So maybe that's what they're kind of going for. And then the next season, it'll be funnier as it goes. You know what I mean? Because that's like, it was like their first time, getting stoned and with their friends and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that's why it wasn't as funny. Because, anyway, that 90's show. Okay. What else is going on? Oh, I hope you had a good weekend, by the way. That's when I'm gonna submit this is on Monday. It's actually not Monday. But just recording as things come about. Excuse me. About. What is it about? What the crap? Okay, I don't know if you heard that. It was my last podcast on Facebook. I don't think you guys heard it. Maybe. No, I don't think you do. But let's try to get it to turn off. Twitter. Got to get on some Twitter and see what craziness is going on. Where am I at? I'm at 17 minutes. Let's see, Twitter. All right, Biden's a joke. We know that. Oh, more people are fucking defacing paintings and shit. Cool. You got an adult involved. See, when you see like an adult, it's like, dude, you got nothing better to do. One down, Trudeau to go. Yeah, what's her face is gone. I don't really know much about her though. So I guess Trump's coming back to Twitter. David Crosby died. I never really, that's before me, so. I mean, I know who he was and everything, but not really. Oh yeah, have you guys seen? Well, I don't know if you're on Twitter or not, but there's this explosion somewhere. It's a massive explosion, and you just see the fucking dust and the sonic, the shit it creates. It's like a legit explosion that I think people that do make movies and whoa, hold on a second. My wife is calling. Man. All right, now I'm gonna pause this. Give me 1 second while I take this. Man, the wife's having me do chores and shit. Can you put in a little laundry? No, I'm joking. I mean, that's what she did say, but it was for something else. Anyway, I was talking about this explosion that's caught on like a phone, and it's, I'm 44 years old. I know what's real and what's not, and that's pretty fucking real right there. And it's like, dude, it's a mile away at least. Watching it over and over again. It's like some kind of something's burning, and then all of a sudden, boom, the thing fucking explodes. And the guy, whoever's got the phone, catches the fucking, just the blast radius just coming at you. You know what I mean? And then he just takes off running. So I think people will use this in movies when they recreate explosions from now on. Oh, it was in Beirut, Lebanon. A giant warehouse filled with ammonium nitrate exploded. That's what somebody said. Crazy. Big explosion. Don't like explosions. No. Been around too many. Alright, let's see. What else? Oh, the hockey guy. Oh, yeah. That fucking hockey player. Ivan Provorov. Whatever. I suck at pronouncing names. But the guy didn't want to wear the Pride jersey that was getting all kinds of shit. His jerseys are like sold out online. It's awesome. It's awesome. Oh, some chick's about to get clocked. Maybe not. Dude, everybody just gets on their phones to record everything. It's fucking annoying. I hate fucking... I know, that's the other thing too, watching that 90's show. It's like, man, I want to go back to when the internet was just starting. I can remember the first time I got on the internet. It had to do with school. I went to a classmate. She was a friend. Her name was Melody, or is Melody. She's very liberal though, so we don't chat much anymore. But I remember going over to her house and, you know, logging on to something. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember it was for school, and it was like my first time getting on the internet. So that was 90, 95, maybe 96. I think. Isn't that weird how you can remember shit like that? But then, like, I don't know what the fuck I did last week. If you don't know, well, now you know. You guys see that slap shit? The slap, hard slap, or slap hard, or some kind of something. It's a show where they, you know how they do the slapping competitions, which they've been doing for a while, but now it's like on TBS, it's on TV. And now everybody's like freaking out about it, which, you know, it's not good for the people getting fucking smacked like that. And they're getting hit hard, dude. I wouldn't do it. Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. Anyway, that was a pretty uneventful fucking podcast. It's just fucking hanging out. It's like, that's all we do, huh? Hanging out. Drinking coffee, looking at Twitter. Bullshitting. I need to stop saying that and say what day it is or whatever, because and just whatchamacallit, because something might come up this weekend that I'll want to talk about, and it'll be a much better episode. So that may be what happens Monday. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, because you can actually do that now. And all the other stuff. Okay? Alright. That's it for me. That's it for the Objective Jerk. Have a good one. See you later. Yay, yay!